Greetings to you and welcome to today's special podcast. I hope you are doing well. I recently posted videos about, the fact that our women need to actually appreciate their natural hair for the fact that most of us men are actually attracted to their natural beauty and especially their natural hair. And even in cases where, for instance, there might be a need for somebody to wear weaves. Probably they feel is suffering from alopecia, all right, or some cancer or some form of medical condition that requires that the fellow. I mean, everybody tries to look good, all right. So I do understand, but in that case, I think black women should opt for weaves that look like their own natural hair instead of going to put on somebody else's hair. That is in even in exceptional cases, all right? Because we are the ones that consume most of the hair products. That is foreign hair products or even hairs that are not ours, that don't even look like ours. So it's like to me, I feel like we literally humiliate ourselves, all right? So I made a video, several videos about this, all right, as you can see, and some reactional videos and all of that. And I got a lot of feedback. And I remember one of the comments that I got was that, I should actually uh, talk more about, you know, no, 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 it's like the person was trying to pull my leg, if you understand what I mean. The fellow was trying to give me a tough time, was trying to debate. And her point of argument was that uh, instead of talking about why black women may be wearing weaves and all of that, why don't I talk about the fact that a lot of, what do they call it? A lot of African men um, actually wear, what do they call it? Suits in broad daylight. In hot sunny days, black men, I mean African men actually wear suits in broad daylight. Why don't I talk about that instead of talking about the fact that our ladies sometimes wear weaves and they don't want to keep their natural hair and it's humiliating and all of that. So I was like, jokingly, I said, you know what? Don't worry, I'm gonna make the video. Today I was like, came to mind and I'm like, yeah, I have to definitely make this video and share my thoughts about this whole thing, right? Why do black men in Africa like wearing um suits even when it's sunny and hot? Like why? You could see somebody literally sweating and is wearing a suit. Why? Like why do we do it? When this sister suggested this video topic, I know in her mind she saw it to be like a way to counterattack, you know. And as a matter of fact, I wasn't attacking our sisters. I wasn't saying anything negative. I was only trying to encourage them to do better. So, but let me take it that she was equally trying to encourage we the men to also do better. We don't have to be wearing suits in broad sunny day light, right? We don't have to hot sunny days. We don't have to do that. You see, so I do accept her arguments in good faith, and that is why I'm making this video. That is to also say that it's always important that we comment, share your mind, all right? And then I will look at what you share and react to it accordingly, right? So, what do I have to say about that? About the fact that this sister said, let's not compare the two because those comparisons are not necessary. That's one thing. She could have just said, you know what, my brother, you could also talk about the fact that you did well. whether she liked my video or not, but at least you did well by talking about this subject, controversial subject whereby our women often wear weaves and wigs and hairs that don't look like their own natural hair, which is humiliating. You did well by talking about this, but I would suggest that you also talk about the fact that most black men wear suits in hot sunny days in Africa, including even sometimes our leaders and all of that. You see, but regardless, I got what she meant, and that's why I'm making the video. So I think the fact that our men wear suits in hot sunny days in Africa is something that is just similar to our women wearing fake hair or wearing hair of other people, trying to look as much as other women in order to feel beautiful. You see, partially, we the men can be blamed for this. We need to be saying positive affirmations, and not just about saying positive affirmations. As a matter of fact, that women are beautiful. They don't need any makeup. They don't need anything. If they want to do it, they could do it, but not to the point of putting foreign hair or hair that doesn't look like yours. You know, I mean, how do you think those other people would see you? You see it. But I wanted to say that the wearing of the suit is not that different from in the hot sunny days. It's not that different from the wearing of the weaves. It's the same disease. It's the same imposter syndrome that we are suffering from. Little do we know that our ancestors were whipped and forced in the days of slavery and what I view colonialism to actually wear suits, all right, to look like to work in certain places they needed to do this. Even today as we speak, we do understand that in some professions, like in some hotels, as a black girl, they might let you cover your hair, wear a weave probably to work as a receptionist. So I do understand that that pressure is there. But we have to push back. We have to let people understand that I'm not going to change myself for you to accept me for a paycheck, right? If you cannot appreciate my talents and my gifts, but you want to reduce me to a level of breaking my confidence for me to be accepted for a job offer, you better keep it and I'll keep my dignity. It's simple. Certain things are there, you don't negotiate. Else you'll be living dead because when you don't have dignity and then you feel like you don't even deserve to live. Everybody deserves respect and honor. So that is what I have to say about that. So now with regards to why our men wear suits, like I said, it's the same imposter syndrome. There was a time when our women used to be forced not to wear, not to keep their natural hair. They had to use hot iron and things to straighten their hair. All right. Simply because those people were intimidated by our natural beauty and our difference. Today, we ourselves are doing it, I mean, against ourselves. We don't want, it's like we have the choice to go natural, but we will look for all the excuses. Even when we are to wear, we will wear a weave that doesn't look like ours. We try to look like other people, and the excuses that we be giving is like, you know what, it's hard to comb my hair. You know what, it's hard to manage your hair. I mean, it's an insult to my creator to say he created me in such a way that I cannot manage myself. If you feel like you cannot manage your own hair, then what at all can you manage in life? Think about that. So that's the imposter syndrome that I'm talking about. You know, we used to have our own culture and our own ways of living, and we were great. We used to live long. We're healthy. We're innovating. We built a lot of civilizations. But today, because of that imposter syndrome, the post-slavery or whatever imposter syndrome and mentality. Today we see ourselves like even our own hair, we cannot do our own hair. We feel like our own clothing, traditional clothing, is not that much of value. We have to wear foreign. And even when it's sunny, with that imposter syndrome just tells us that, just as they used to force us to do it, now today we should do it by ourselves. So we wear, it's just like those things that the lawyers put on their those aprons or whatever. Even in Britain, they no longer wear those things. But in Ghana, lawyers still wear it. I think recently in Burkina Faso, the current president Ibrahim Traore is trying to cancel such a thing. I mean, come on. Those things are like, they don't look like our type of hair. Why do we have to put that to look to be a lawyer or a judge? Why do I need that on my head? You know, why do I need to wear a suit when I know it's sunny, it's hot? Claiming that I want to look official. Can't I look official in my own traditional costume? You get it? So all this that I'm talking about, you ask me, what is the way forward? What is the solution? The solution is simple. You need to learn and understand the past. You know, they always say, it's not even a saying, it's an experiment that was carried out, right? An elephant was tied with a very tiny rope when it was a baby elephant. When the baby elephant grew up, it still continued, still remained where it was because it thought it was still tied to wherever it was attached to. Little did it know that now it is so strong to even break that chain or whatever. You see it? So this is the imposter syndrome that I'm talking about. So the way out of this is to read your history and understand, or read general history. Just try to research, observe and ask questions. Research, understand why things are the way they are. All right. When I realized that, okay, other people don't wear, even when they are to wear weaves, they don't wear our type of weaves. Be like, why do I have to look like my hair? I have to put something, cover my hair to look like you to be accepted. What if I accept myself? You don't accept me, I don't give a damn. Why do I have to wear suit in a sunny day? Like what for? You know, I'm not saying, so if suit is nice, you can wear a suit. I'm not saying like, I'm not such a person that would say, you have to be this, you have to be that, you have to be that. I'm not such a person. I believe that if we black people feel like we like certain kind of clothes, the technology, we can produce our own stuffs. Just like in China, they have their own versions of everything. All right. And sometimes, depending on the circumstances, I'm not the type that would say, I'm living here, it's cold, it's actually winter. I don't think I can be putting on an African wear summer costume. That wouldn't make sense. So it's not like people are saying don't do certain things. Even the weaves, nobody's saying you shouldn't put on a weave. If maybe you have alopecia or some condition that, I don't know, you are not that confident in yourself and you want to wear a weave, but at least you should put on something that looks like your natural hair so that somebody will respect you, you know. So the way forward is to learn our history. When we learn our history, when we learn the past, we get to understand that some of the things that we are doing today and we think is normal and is fashion, they are things that were imposed upon our ancestors. They had to wear suits not because they wanted to wear suits, either because somebody indoctrinated them or somebody forced them to do it. So today, when you question the past and you get to understand your history, how those things were introduced, Now you begin to free your mind and do things if you feel like doing it, or if you feel like it's worth it. But you're no longer gonna do it because of inferiority complex that by wearing this I'm gonna look cuter. Anyway, that is my mind. And you feel free to share your comments in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.